The dawn of independence, balancing growth and nature. India's journey towards environmental consciousness began in 1947. The nation inherited a legacy of rich biodiversity but also faced immense challenges. Poverty and hunger were widespread. Industrialization was seen as the key to progress. In the early decades, the focus was on building infrastructure and boosting agricultural production. Large dams were constructed for irrigation and power generation. Industries like steel, cement, and textiles expanded rapidly. This period of rapid development came at a cost. Forests were cleared for agriculture and industry. Rivers and air were polluted by industrial discharge. The need for environmental protection was not yet fully recognized. However, even in these early years, there were voices that spoke for nature. Leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru understood the importance of balancing development with ecological concerns. This marked the beginning of India's long and complex relationship with its environment. Gandhi's enduring legacy, respect for nature and simple living. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, was a strong advocate for environmental sustainability. He believed in living in harmony with nature and emphasized the importance of simple living.
Gandhi's philosophy deeply influenced India's early environmental thinking. He saw nature as a precious resource to be used wisely and sustainably. His teachings emphasized the interconnectedness of all living beings and the need for ecological balance. Gandhi's principles of non-violence and self-sufficiency resonated with the Indian ethos. He promoted the use of local resources and traditional practices that were in harmony with the environment. His legacy continues to inspire generations of Indians to strive for a more sustainable and equitable future. His teachings remain relevant today as we grapple with the challenges of climate change and environmental degradation.
Nurturing nature. Early conservation efforts and the Green Revolution. India's early post-independence years witnessed significant efforts in forest conservation. The importance of protecting forests for their ecological and economic value was recognized. The Forest Conservation Act of 1980 was a landmark legislation. It aimed to protect forests from indiscriminate deforestation and promote sustainable forest management practices. The Green Revolution, launched in the 1960s, aimed to increase food production and achieve self-sufficiency in agriculture. While successful in boosting food security, it also had some negative environmental impacts. The intensive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides led to soil degradation and water pollution in some areas. The Green Revolution highlighted the need for a more balanced approach to agriculture, one that ensured food security while also protecting the environment. Section 5, Legislating for a Greener Future. Laws and movements for change. The 1980s and 1990s witnessed significant progress in environmental legislation in India. The Air, Prevention and Control of Pollution Act of 1981 aimed to control air pollution and improve air quality. The Water, Prevention and Control of Pollution Act of 1974 aimed to regulate the discharge of pollutants into water bodies and protect water resources. The Environment Protection Act of 1986 provided a comprehensive framework for environmental protection and regulation. These legislations, along with the strengthening of environmental institutions, provided a strong legal framework for environmental protection in India. Public awareness about environmental issues also grew during this period, leading to greater public participation in environmental decision-making. Section 6, Liberalization and its ecological footprint, navigating growth and sustainability. The economic liberalization of the 1990s led to rapid economic growth in India. While this brought about significant improvements in living standards, it also presented new environmental challenges. Industrial growth, urbanization, and increasing consumption patterns put pressure on natural resources. Air and water pollution levels rose in many urban areas. The challenge for India was to balance economic growth with environmental sustainability. The government introduced policies to promote cleaner technologies and encourage industries to adopt sustainable practices. The concept of sustainable development gained traction, emphasizing the need to meet the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Section 7, India on the world stage, engaging in global climate dialogues. India has been an active participant in global climate negotiations, advocating for the needs of developing countries. India played a key role in the Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro in 1992, which led to the adoption of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, or UNFCCC. India maintains that developed countries, having historically contributed the most to greenhouse gas emissions, have a greater responsibility to address climate change. India has consistently argued for the principle of common but differentiated responsibilities in global climate agreements. India has pledged to reduce its emissions intensity, which is emissions per unit of GDP, and has set ambitious targets for renewable energy deployment. India's position in global climate negotiations reflects its commitment to finding solutions that are both effective and equitable. Section 8, towards a renewable future, harnessing the power of sun, wind and water. In recent years, India has emerged as a global leader in renewable energy. The country has set ambitious targets for expanding solar, wind and hydropower capacity.
The National Solar Mission, launched in 2010, aims to make India a global leader in solar energy. India has witnessed a remarkable growth in solar energy installations, with solar tariffs reaching record lows. The government has also implemented policies to promote wind energy, including wind energy auctions and feed-in tariffs.
India has significant wind energy potential, particularly in coastal areas. Hydropower continues to play a significant role in India's energy mix. The government is promoting large-scale hydropower projects as well as smaller, run-of-the-river projects that have minimal environmental impact. Section 9. A new century, a stronger commitment advancing sustainable development goals. India has shown a strong commitment to achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or SDGs. The SDGs provide a blueprint for a more sustainable and equitable future for all. India has made significant progress in areas such as poverty reduction, access to clean water and sanitation, and renewable energy deployment. The government has launched several flagship programs aligned with the SDGs, such as the Swachh Bharat Mission, also known as the Clean India Mission, and the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which aims for housing for all. India's efforts in promoting sustainable development have been recognized globally. The country has been ranked among the top performers in the Climate Change Performance Index. India's commitment to the SDGs reflects its understanding that environmental sustainability is crucial for economic growth and social well-being. Section 10. Balancing growth and conservation, addressing challenges, seizing opportunities. Despite significant progress, India continues to face challenges in balancing economic development with environmental protection. Rapid urbanization is putting pressure on land and water resources. Air pollution in many cities remains a major public health concern. Climate change poses significant risks to India's agriculture, water resources, and coastal areas.
Addressing these challenges requires a multi-pronged approach. This includes promoting sustainable consumption and production patterns, investing in public transportation, and strengthening environmental regulations. India needs to continue investing in research and development to find innovative solutions to environmental problems. The country has a vast pool of scientific and technical talent that can be harnessed to address these challenges.
Section 11. India's climate leadership, shaping a sustainable future for all. India's journey from independence to climate leadership is a testament to its commitment to sustainable development. From the early conservation efforts to the ambitious renewable energy targets, India has consistently striven to balance economic growth with environmental protection. India's voice on the global stage has been crucial in advocating for the needs of developing countries and promoting equitable solutions to climate change. India's actions on climate change are not just about fulfilling international commitments, but also about securing a sustainable future for its own people. As India continues on its path of economic growth, its leadership in climate action will be crucial in shaping a sustainable future for all. The world is looking to India to show how a developing country with a large population can achieve its development aspirations while also addressing the challenges of climate change.